Hi, welcome back. It's Chad Rothrock here at Total Value RV in Elkhart, Indiana. We're going to take you around a 2020 Cornerstone. This is a 45Y model. Sunfire paint. As you can tell, it's a beautiful exterior paint. A couple things I want to talk about definitely with this 45-foot motorhome is going to be the fact that it is built on a Spartan chassis. Entegra Coach builds exclusively on the Spartan chassis, and this happens to be the K3 Spartan chassis. That's going to come with 605 horsepower and nearly 2,000 pound-foot of torque. I want to talk about a couple of the changes that have been made for 2020. While we're up here in the front of the vehicle, one of them most notably is going to be, you see that new camera centered right up front in the header there, and that's going to be part of the 360 X-Sight camera system. It's basically a bird's eye view. It's going to help as an integrated system. It's going to help give you a bird's eye view in your monitor inside. And with that being said, for the first time ever, we're able to actually monitor the sides of the coach, the rear of the coach, and actually have a bird's eye view as we're doing that. And there's multi-functions we'll be able to see in just a bit. You may have seen that in some of your daily drivers out there, and of course the technology's gotten to the point where we can use it in this big 45-foot motorhome. So definitely one of the neat features coming forward with 2020 in both the Anthem and the Cornerstone products. Moving forward, it also comes with Easy Steer this year. And basically the Easy Steer is using electronically powered steering from TRW that actually assists the hydraulic power steering. And it's adjustable through the valid dash selector. And this helps to decrease the driver fatigue and also helps compensate for crosswinds. It does come with a tilting and telescopic wheel as well. With that being said, this is one of the features that has been available to us to a number of years, but now we've finally gone ahead and we've made it available as a standard feature. And along with 2020 improvements are going to come with improved sea lighting. So right up front, those sea lights up front there, which are really neat looking at nighttime. Coming down the road, you can see and note an Entegra from a mile away. But as well as the Entegra badging, that is better illuminated at night. The improvement has also made its way down the marker lights along the base of the coach here. I just want to talk a little bit about the 2020 changes. Like I mentioned, one of them is going to be the door handle there. So it's chrome now. It's got an improved look. But as I'm on the note of these 2020 changes, we've got to talk about the valid air leveling system, which is leading edge technology, and it's got the accelerometer technology, which measures across the coach, both from the front and rear axles, longitudinally. And basically, there's an electronic air ride height control enhancement system that automatically reacts to the changing road input and vehicle motion. It gives you a better, smoother ride. So can you imagine, for any of you Entegra owners out there, you know you've got the best handling, quietest ride on the market, the Cornerstone being the king of those, but now we've improved upon earlier year models. So quite a bit of extra technology going into the 2020 products for not a dramatic price increase, which is pretty neat. They're going to a standard Traveler satellite system now. The InMotion is now an optional feature, but we have a Winegard Traveler HD system, which is coming standard with this vehicle now. Up front, they've done the power slide tray. The refrigerator and freezer is on a power slide tray, and so this is all standard. Where it used to be optional equipment, this is now going to be standard equipment. As you see in here, you have a 12-volt lighter here, 12-volt or cigarette-style lighter here, and then you also have your remote control for the awnings. If you look up top here, you do have LED lighting, which is up top, and easy access to slide motors. Okay, it should only take about 10-15 minutes. Heaven forbid you should ever have to change a slide motor on this. You can knock it out in a jiff. They will have power slide-out trays, which are accessible from either end, and they also come with a 1,000-pound capacity, not the standard 800-pound capacity you see throughout the industry today. One thing you don't see yet, and I'll make sure that we get the lights turned on, the basement LED lights, but if we get those basement LED lights turned on, you'll see even during the day it'll help illuminate a baggage area, but at nighttime it greatly increases the visibility there. So we'll turn those on in just a second for you. You'll see them now without the lights on, and then in just a minute we'll turn the lights on for you. Again, during the day, doesn't do much justice, but at nighttime you can imagine just how nicely this is going to look here. In addition to that, you'll also have undermount lighting here, so beneath all of your slide outs you'll have lighting and ground effects lighting here. You do have some additional tile that's going to come with this coach, and you know, we'll talk a little bit about the new polished porcelain tile, the new size and look when we get inside. Coach does have the freestanding table and chairs option, and so it's going to have 2 additional folding chairs down low. All of these slide trays, both of these slide trays I should say, are powered, so you have the ability, Jeff, you want to come make your way around here? Have your ability to see just the level of accessibility that you have. What's nice is, you know, even being out here with the slides out in the campsite of your coach, you can see that they've actually given you enough space. You can get heavier items and have access to that quite easily there. So we're going to run that back in. While I'm doing this, I might as well show this great exterior TV system. So Samsung television, Bose soundbar, so you've got a great combination out here. This is going to have a swivel feature. So if the sun's kind of doing its thing, you don't have to deal with the glare. I'm going to show you the rest of the outside on this. What happens here is you've got supplementary disconnects, okay, and from everything from your leveling jacks, your house powered batteries, generator and fender compartment, as well as both of your inverters. You have a disconnect right here. It's easily accessible. All of your carpet lined basement here is an insulated basement. We're going to talk somewhat about we'll talk about the basement heat, the way that we are able to keep that warm when we talk about the aquat system in a bit, but this is all heated bay down here. If you make a quick note, you'll see the register right down low. Alright, and then you'll also have an outlet down low here, as well as quick access for your floor vacuum system. So inside you will have a floor vac system, and you will have access to hook your hose up down low, and there's going to be a 25-foot accessibility with that hose, so you can get the entire underbelly. Down in here you're going to have fresh water. You have a gravity fill with a visible indicator line here. Really bright docking lights and backup lights. You can tell we use Michelin tires all the way around in the 315 ADRs back here, 22.5s of course. Notice you will have a different looking wheel in the rear than you'll see in most of these tag axles, and that is because this has a passive steering capability. And so that is going to give you improved turning capability, and a lot of folks really love that. Of course, what you'll see here, you're noticing some of the sensors, and these sensors are going to be part of your crash avoidance technology. It's going to be a 15-gallon def tank, easily accessible from here. So you have an access door on the passenger side, as well as a gravity fill from the driver's side. In the rear here, you have just full accessibility. Again, a couple more supplemental disconnects, as well as chassis batteries, and you'll have access to air dryer and filter easily on this side. To open the rear compartment, you actually have a power lift gate. One of the exclusive features, if you watch some of our videos, I like to talk about exclusive features that Entegra has to offer that no other manufacturer does. One of them being an industry-leading 2-year bumper-to-bumper warranty. No other manufacturer offers that today, and it does show a certain level of confidence from the manufacturers and in their product, and so that's a big deal. Especially the consumer spending this kind of money, having a company that backs their product with a warranty like that just speaks very highly of the product. But you also have you'll have quick access here, so this is going to be a 110 outlet here. Of course, you will have the ability to plug in this for your engine block heater. Everything is easily accessible. When you look back here, this is what a diesel pusher owner wants to see, is easy and complete accessibility. I understand there's only a portion of folks that will actually get in here and do the work, especially being the fact that it is pretty convenient now just dropping the vehicle off and getting that done. However, for the folks that do love to work on their coach, change their belts and check and change belts and filters and everything, it couldn't be easier to access. So when we get around to the rear here, we talked about the 20,000 pound hitch that we were talking about earlier, and of course you'll see you're ready to go for a tow vehicle, including an air chuck additionally built in for any of the air braking systems. You have a great rear backup camera. Now the backup camera is going to have the ability to drop the horizon, and you can change from a hitch or horizon or a normal view. As noted earlier, it is the K3 Spartan chassis, 605 horse, and this coach is going to have over 10 X's for bracing down in the upfit, or part of the superstructure. And basically, because of those X bracing, you form over 50 triangles or strengthening triangles throughout the entire build of this vehicle. And anybody that knows architecture design, that is one of the best ways to build strength in your foundation. With that being said, it also helps dissipate a lot of the harmonics and vibration that you're going to get from the road. And with the great big tires and this nice heavy-duty chassis, of course, everything from the shocks that we use, this is just going to be one of the best handling, best riding coaches on the market today. And in fact, Entegra talks about their coach being the quietest riding, best handling coach on the market, period, today. And that's we're going to talk more so about that. You know, for everything from the thickest floor in the industry, over 4.5 inches thick before we lay our tile. So we're talking about a 5-inch thick floor. It's the thickest floor in the business. They're the only manufacturer that actually insulates against all 3 forms of heat transfer. That's conduction, convection, radiation. And when we talk about that, you know, some manufacturers are only insulating against 1 and 2 of these forms of heat transfer, and that's a big deal. On a hotter day, it's going to be cooler in here, and a cooler day, it's going to be warmer, and that's the way we like to keep it. But we'll talk more about the construction as we get inside. I want to point out you have a vented dryer vent here. Both of these awnings are going to be integrated into the roof line. We don't have them out yet, but we'll definitely show you that later. With that being said, they're 2-stage awnings, and so they have a natural pitch to them, and with retracting capabilities. You have Girard window awnings throughout the entire exterior of this vehicle, and as you look up top, just some of the best looking rear caps and front caps that we have in this business. I think what folks love most about the Entegra, aside from the name and the trusted brand that they are, is going to be the appeal. And so it has a lot of aesthetic appeal to it. As you can tell, we actually paint the inside of our slide outs, and you can tell just how pretty that looks. Paint company here in town, Precision. You know, you could actually go and take a tour, check their place out. We've done that before, and boy, is it an impressive process. They really have, you know, they have the top of the line facility over there. So we make a big deal about the paints. When you see an Entegra going down the road, you make note of that Sunfire paint there. You'll see that. You can just tell the difference in the paint. Vertically louvered radiator cover. Okay, that's a big deal because it's an exclusive. Yet again, we're doing another exclusive feature here, so we're the only manufacturer doing that, and because of this, it offers more airflow. It's a better design all the way around. And with that being said, we're gonna make our way over to the wet bay. So coming on down this hill, making our way over to the wet bay here. This little access door is going to be for your gravity depth. We make our way over here. This is one thing I love to talk about with an Entegra coach because it is, again, an exclusive. This right here is a turbo macerator, Sanacon macerator. Okay, this is just, as you can see, it's got a Thetford head here. We drop this down into the dump, and basically you have this protective sleeve that covers an expandable hose. That hose is going to extend so far, and then this sleeve is built to protect it from going too far to prevent any rippage in the hose itself. What happens is, let's say you guys are pumping waist uphill. Okay, you can actually pump as high as 11 foot uphill and over 150 feet out. We can do that by even hooking up a garden hose here if we needed to, in emergency situation to dump. Okay, with that being said, this is just one of the best things since sliced bread. Nobody likes to deal with this area all the time, and so the fact that you can just... Now, for anybody out there that doesn't know what a macerating system is, this macerator is it's basically going to grind up all of the waste, and because of that, it flows easier. So you'll have, this particular coach is going to have a huge single bath setup, and so you've got a big black tank, but eventually, when you go to dump, you're not hooking and unhooking a sewer hose. Okay, and that's a big deal. When you come out here, you've got a fresh water cord reel. Okay, and that's of course a power cord reel. And then of course you have your easy valves opening and closing your black tank. So you have easy valve open and close for your gray tank. They each have their independent breakers on them here. Your macerator switch on, exterior light, easy hookups with instructions, and of course your power reel retract button here. Low point termination, and then of course you'll have your outside shower with a great sprayer. It's actually got a good amount of force you can put out with that guy. This has a whole house water filtration system, a space here for hand sanitizer or soap, and then of course your paper towel holder. There is a manual way to dump this system if heaven forbid anything were to go, or do you just one of them old-fashioned type that wants to hook your sewer hose up every time, you can do that. There's an override or a bypass right behind this panel here. But with that being said, I like to show this off because again, these are exclusive features that you're not going to get with any other brand at any price point. So it's great to be able to talk about it. We're not going to cover these bays down here because you can see them visibly from the other side. So again, we're going to go ahead and bypass some of the baggage on this side, as you can see it easily from this side of the coach. But one thing we wanted to do is give you a good look with the awnings out. We do have the King of the Hill, this Cornerstone, up as our featured floor plan for this month. As you can tell, the awnings do cover give you a great amount of coverage there. And so they better protect the campsite of the vehicle, with shade. Okay, making our way up front. You notice right here at the entryway, you're going to have a fuel fill that's placed above the belt line, so gravitational flow is much better, but also you have a dual fuel fill. It's a 150-gallon tank. You have a keyless entry here where you can also turn on the exterior lighting as well as open your baggage doors and unlock the baggage doors. Making our way into the vehicle, you'll notice the beautiful LED, and this is all built into the tile here. So you have LED lighting and the Entegra badge with the chrome stripping there on the slide cover. Great for pet leashes, just anything you can imagine, slippers, house shoes, that kind of thing. But let's make our way up into the coach. And so I'll just kind of be quiet for a minute and let Jeff take you on a quick tour, show you the interior. I know a lot of people put up with our outside walk around to be able to see what we've got going on the inside. Well, this is what you've got going on the inside. Thank you for bearing with us on the exterior portion of the walkthrough. Welcome back, guys. We're on the inside of this new 45 wide floor plan, and what I want to show you just from the second that you walk in, again, is going to be the LED lit entryway, and of course the chrome stripping with the Entegra badge is lit as well. But as you make your way into the cockpit, you'll notice first thing that at least at the homecoming rally, folks noticed that we went back to Vila furniture. So from a flex steel cockpit seat as well as furniture, it's all the Vila interior. So a perforated leather, it's true leather with heat. Power reclining seats. As you swivel both of these chairs around, they will have built-in recliners in both of them. Two-stage heating there, and actually cooling feature as well, as you see right down in here. Really, really important to talk about the easy steer capability with this coach, because you do have adjustability, and actually you can see right here, I'm adjusting the assistance that I have, okay? But still almost effortless now with this new system. And this new interface here, we've got a lot of different functions. Just this whole digital dash in itself has given us so much more availability, and I think this is huge for any level of driver. Whether you're 75 or 80 years old, or if you're 25 years old, this is going to be an improved feature for everybody. It's just a lot more visible. There's way better functionality to it. I mean, we can go right back to the navigation if we wanted to up top, and of course we can just get into our camera system here if we wanted to. You see your new bird's eye view that we had talked a little bit about, and to give you an idea from the aerial view, let's go ahead and do split four-corner view. Okay, so you've got the right, left, and then the rear and the front. And you can see that's a nice sharp imagery, especially looking down here in the front, looking off the rear. But here's your aerial. So you've again got the rear as well as an aerial. Now what this is going to do is it's going to take all of your camera systems and it's going to fuse them together to give you this image. And of course it is a created image. It is extremely accurate. Okay, it's finally made it to the point where we are confident enough running this in your motorhome as an application we trust. I happened to be at the training seminar when Spartan was out, and of course they were playing with this new system here, and we got a chance to learn together. But you can actually move this over here. You can put this up on the big screen. So of course we're going to have navigation maps up here. You can do that now. So just great technology in this motorhome. And again, we're going to turn on some of the lights here so that you can see. I've got the accent lights on in the cup holders. I have accent lights on outside. Power shades throughout this entire cockpit here. In fact, you'll have the shades throughout the entire coach, which are going to be power with this model. Okay, we look here, we've got a retractable television. This setup has been an award-winning favorite forever now. So we've got the opposing seating with, nice, we've got the ottomans. When you flip the ottomans over, you can actually keep set the plates up there, no problem. So nice place to keep a little snack if you're not just using it as an ottoman for a footrest. Let's pull all of these out here. We've got this full extension drawers, as you can tell. We've got a sliding capability with our cutting board here. Full extension once again down low. And of course you will have a little bit bigger drawer down low. And with your new catches on these, you want to make sure you give them a good close. They're not going to come flying open like some of the other models that you may see out there. Good close. This one again has got some sliding capability up top. A little more on that side. I'll open up this for you so that you can see you've got the adjustable shelving. The giveaway point of the coach. Up top, you've got dual pullouts here, and so of course again just items that you may access on a regular basis that are lighter canned or boxed beans and things like that. Pasta you keep up top. Again, you have the ability here, you can tell you've got a good amount of space. It's all ozite lined here, but you can tell a lot of folks that I deal with will maybe divide that up even and get twice the usage out of that. Locking capability here. Okay, and then you have your freezer down low, and you'll even have a locking capability there as well. Okay, at the cantilever dinette here, you'll get a chance to see we do have two more folding chairs down low, but you have the ability to pull that out there. And with that being said, this particular interior that you're seeing there, this is the new Stonewall gray wood, and we only produce about 8 motorhomes per month with this woodwork, whether it be a Cornerstone, an Anthem, an Aspire. And nice thing about it, it's paired with the cashmere interior. We have done some different things with the dash, the inserts and inlays. When we pair this particular color combination this year, we've gone to the charcoal style accents up front there. We didn't talk too much about the power of the cockpit. I know I did mention it has almost 2,000 pounds-foot of torque. It's got 1,950, but it's got the Dana 23,000 pound rear axle. And some of the other notable features with this vehicle are going to be the independent front suspension. It's a Rayco granting system. So the Rayco granting independent front suspension, they were the innovators of IFS, and they do it right. Looking back, you'll notice you have the split division there. You've got upper and lower cabinetry with additional counter space, and I think this particular setup is what's captured a lot of folks' eyes and appeal with this particular floor plan. You do still have great functionality down low, as you can see. Okay, good amount of space. You can still keep, you know, china in there. And as we've gone to some of the more narrow hutches, that's what you'll hear is, you know, it can only keep so much, and these are a lot bigger than most. You've got a great setup here, all adjustable shelving, but you've got a full pantry on this side as well. Looking down low, you're going to have a dishwasher. You'll have a cooktop cover for your induction cooktop, dual burner. We do quartz countertops inside of the Cornerstone, so it is a true quartz countertop here. But as you can tell, we've got split sink, and one side seems to be just a little bigger than the other there. Okay, but nice aesthetics here. This is probably the prettiest faucet I've seen in a motorhome. Notice another thing that they've done here. If you flip this over, you've actually got cutting board. You see how thick that is? So definitely you get what you pay for with this particular model. This has got everything you would want in a high-end motorhome. Divisional space down here, space for a wastebasket. You've got individualized storage here. But as we make our way through, I don't want to miss anything, but you've got another cavity here for miscellaneous items. Down low, this is going to be for your hookup for the central vac. And down low, you'll have the kick. Okay, and notice with this manufacturer, you have, I mean, this aqua system, 450D aqua system, is going to have some neat features to it. So essentially, this is just going to be your temperature sensors here, okay? But essentially, you only have about a 5-degree variance from floor to ceiling in this motorhome. In most of the competition, you're going to have close to a 30-degree variance, but typically 20-25-degree variance from floor to ceiling. And with that being said, those traditional systems or furnaces, forced air heat, will dry a lot, suckle the moisture out of the air. And there's still plenty of moisture or humidity in the air with this particular setup because of the fact that you don't have that forced heat or that superheated air. And with that being said, no red eyes and dry skin because you've been in your RV for a week at a time and it's colder weather. And people appreciate that. But also, you have in-floor heat with this coach. With the in-floor heat, we're the only manufacturer that does that with the glycol system, and so you'll have with your aqua system, and so you will have in-floor heat there. You will have heat coming from the engine, so you do have the ability to heat the cab off of the engine on a cold day. It's a big deal. You don't have to run the furnace in the entire coach if it's just pilot and co-pilot. So before we cover this area, just want to go ahead and show this. You do have your power fan positioned properly right over where you'd be cooking. You have the beautiful wood louvered cover there. While we're looking at the ceiling, we can talk a little bit about this beautiful decorative lighting that we have here. The 3200 Kelvin rating with residential finish all the way around your recessed lighting throughout the coach for a brighter, more evenly distributed light. We can talk a little bit about the returns that you'll have. Notice you have the returns. Notice the position of those. You will get great airflow that way. Center returns, dumps in the outside. You have better circulation of air that way from an engineering standpoint. When you've got one set of returns there, so you have one roof AC. Here's two roof ACs, so there's two 15,000 BTU systems. And then of course we have one more in the rear zone. You have three zones that are controlled up top, and then you have a basement zone. The basement zone is all heated, as I mentioned before. We're going to talk a little bit about that. That's done through the aqua system. Aqua system you can run off of gas or diesel or electric. So a lot of folks like that. When you're at the campground, you're not burning through your LP. As we all know, on a holiday weekend, that's always fun to try and get once you've already gotten to your destination. So minimal use of LP. In fact, we don't have any LP with this coach. This is a fully electric coach because of that aqua system. Going forward, or moving to the rear rather, talk a little bit about the divisional space that you've got here. And Jeff, if you want to go ahead, you see the beautiful paneling that they do there. This is a solid wood door. It's a very heavy door, and you know, some manufacturers do use wood doors as well, but with this manufacturer, they are the only manufacturer that actually has a system in place to keep these doors from flying open. And so what it is you have an air actuated system that when you release your parking brake, it'll go ahead and it'll prompt what looks like a little hockey puck to pop up and lock this door in place. And this isn't going to come flying or rattling around. And that's for all pocket doors as well as your entry door. With that being said, I want to show you the back side of this where you have a nice full-length mirror. Full length for most of us at least, but that's a nice divisional use of space there. And of course you have a split bathroom, so you'll have the polished porcelain commode. Again, the beautiful polished porcelain tile all the way throughout, the MCD shades. Notice that we've gone, you know, with the white, more antique style cabinetry as we move into the bathroom here. And I have some lighting in the bathroom. Come on over, Jeff. We'll go ahead, and while we're here, I'm just going to go ahead and turn on some of the lighting that we have in the bathroom. As you can tell, that lighting was off. Jeff, if you want to go ahead and show the difference here. You've actually got some undermount lighting as well, and the sinks will light up as well. So you have underglow lighting here. At nighttime, if you want to leave this door open, you don't want to wake your significant other up, you can just leave all of the ground effects or rope lighting down, the undermount lighting here. You don't have to turn any of the overhead lights on. It's just a beautiful setup. Notice you do have a his and hers setup in here completely. The shower, you can't pass that up. That's just gorgeous. You have a rainforest style head there, and you'll also have a secondary here. You have a teak seat, and that is all tiled. Notice the mosaic that they've done in the centers, really pretty look. But top of the line. Additional medicine cabinet space here, as well as here. So, aside from just not wasting any space, I think this looks a whole lot better than a blank panel. So that's a great job there. Notice what we have here, more adjustable shelving. You could turn that into an additional shirt wardrobe, linens. We all know what that is. Laundry basket. Of course, you've got all the drawers that you need here, as well as hidden storage back behind the television here with the First Alert safe. Okay, that's got a access code there. And then of course you'll have a king bed. As you notice in the rear, you have a great setup, more of a residential setup, and it's just absolutely beautiful. Again, the cashmere interior paired with the stone wall gray wood. The quartz countertops run throughout the entire coach, all the way through the rear into the bedroom. Sliding feature here. So you have your Whirlpool washer and dryer. I have the engine running, by the way, so if you haven't guessed, but nice and quiet back here. Cross-ventilated windows, cedar-lined closet. You've got tons of beautiful pillows. You want to take a look back here. You've got, again, the cedar-lined closet. You've got beautiful runners that will come with this coach. Okay, notice the new closet lighting here. Just a beautiful setup. It's accessible from either end. You have 110 plugs on either end. Great storage overhead, as well as a ceiling fan. Again, all ozite line cabinetry. That goes all the way back. My fingertips can barely touch there, but that's it's about how far those go back. Quite a bit. Everybody likes to know what we've got going on down low. Well, here it is. Everything's easy to access. Okay. With that being said, There's a couple other little features that that we didn't cover or talk about. It's just the simple stuff, guys. But if you notice here, this is for your remotes. You don't have any. Everything's hidden back behind your television here. Everything's very clean, easy to access. You know, as far as your egress window here, that is functional. But we'll make our way back through the front. I'm sure there's a ton of goodies that we didn't cover and value with this motorhome. We encourage you to get online, take a look at our inventory, watch some of our videos. Some of the videos I get more in depth, and of course this one's going to be more of a cut to the chase video, but hopefully we covered some of the questions you might have had as a consumer. If you do have any further questions, we love those. Please direct them my way. My name is Chad Rothrock. My direct line is 951-250-4166. Again, you can reach us here on the website at www.totalvaluerv.com. Reach me at my email, chad@totalvaluerv.com. And we look forward to doing the next video for you guys. Thanks for tuning in. Catch you soon.